Good evening, everybody. I hope you're doing all right. Let me see if everything is working correctly. I'm going to turn on some ambiance here. Let me know how loud that is or if that works. Looks like the stream is up on X. See chat going over here now that it actually pops up. Okay, there we go. All right, Sword Rush, thank you for dropping links. Skunks, howdy. Hope you're doing well. Jamie, good to see you also. More puns. That's unfortunate. I'm not listening to Barbarian Lo-Fi, as I'm sure some of you are disappointed to hear. Let's see. Howdy, Devaney. Pun Torment. I knew you'd be excited about that. Okay. I think that's it. We're going to be looking at, we're going to basically be working on more of the Night's Light and just run it through that for an hour or so. I've not actually done much visually since I think it was last week. I think last week I did the DevStream. So let me make sure that the game is up. Let's see. How's everybody? Everybody had a good week? I had a birthday this week. That was nice. The wife and kids and family and all that were, you know, Jamie, you're already disappointing me. Chat in general is just yeah, they're special people. But yeah, it was a good week. Got some things done, but not the kind of exciting stuff. I had to do a bunch of tax documents and things like that for the state of Texas because I have a agent, and there's all these goofy things that they, you know, this make work crap that they force you to do. Uh-oh, I've hit the wrong button. Nobody confirmed yet that the that the audio is decent. Can you guys hear any music? The first, you know, I think I think I'm just gonna leave that one alone. So I've got a very harsh response, but I think it would be like entirely too rude. It would come across incorrectly on the stream. Okay. Let's see here. I don't know why my mouse. What the heck? Why would this be like this? My mouse, I don't know if you guys can even see this. Are you guys seeing how my mouse disappears in the center of my screen? What the I don't even know for sure yet, but I'm gonna blame Streamlabs. All right, I'm dragging you over here. And no, that did not fix it. What could this be? What else? Okay, hold on. All right, we're getting rid of that. Not saving. All right, cool. All right, let's cross our fingers that my mouse actually remains usable across the entire screen. It is Streamlabs. So I can see my mouse. Okay, this is wild. I can see my mouse in the center of the screen. I can see my mouse at all times on Streamlabs. But I cannot see it actually on the screen. So you guys can see my mouse better than I can. It disappears right about there. And it does not appear to be just because of the... Is it because of the text editing? Let's see. It is. It's the text editor. That's wild. Okay. I can work with that. I think I can work with that. Okay, Skunks, you just type in chat, and with the like 15-second delay, I'll use that to kind of guess where my mouse should be. I think this is a highly efficient route. Anyway, well, I will just tab around and do things like that. Yeah, I don't understand what the deal is. But anyway, okay, so what are we going to do? We're going to get rid of these enemies for now. Okay, guess we made the single grub. We did that. There is a little bit of... there should be some differences here. Oh, you know what? Nope. Oh, crud. Yeah, I've got it crashes on launch, yeah. I forgot that I didn't fix that error before I pushed the changes to GitHub. Okay. That's something I need to fix immediately. That's in the map node. That's where that's wrong. Okay. There. It gets into that loop and it never leaves under certain conditions. So that is fixed. Let me check that again. All right. So yeah, you've got some problems, obviously. I'm looking to essentially keep spider webbing from occurring where everything's connected to everything else. But I also need to make sure that all cards are accessible from the beginning and end of the map. And that's what I was trying to implement there. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to risk crashing the stream somehow. So I'm going to do things like enemies for now. And what we'll do is let's go and look at what do we have? Where are the... That's sprites. This is some of the game content. Where's the grub? Models. That's not where that belongs, but okay. Man, I wonder why I put them in models. It's like 3D models. Oh, 3D models. I have a subcategory for that. Okay. Well, one thing I was going to talk about tonight, I think I mentioned it last week, but I was reading Kurt Vonnegut's Player Piano, which was recommended to me. And, you know, I'm not a huge Slaughterhouse 5 fan. I think it's okay, you know what I mean? Like, it's fine, you know, but I don't love it. And I do love Harrison Bergeron, which is a short story. It's about 2,000 words, and it's dystopian fiction. If you haven't read it, I highly suggest you go read it. It's very good. And Player Piano was his first novel, and it's also kind of dystopian futurism and whatnot. And it clocks in about 85,000 words. And let me tell you what, that entire story should have been about 8,000 words, I feel like, because he juggles a lot of things and he's got a lot of ideas, and you can tell he's going for certain things, but man, he really needed an editor to tell him to stop at certain points, because like he would provide examples of the rigorousness of the, you know, the what would you call it, like how rigid the structure was, by listing out like these 20 different titles that this one person would have. And I get it, I understand what you're doing, but like, that's a lot of words, you know. And I don't know. And also, I feel like if you have like a real vigorous hatred for AI and are worried about where AI is going in the near future, then I think Player Piano might be more interesting to you. But somehow I feel like he manages to identify a problem and humanize it in an interesting way. But then, like, I won't necessarily spoil the story, but if you really want it to be cliffhanger and you don't know what's going to happen, I would just skip ahead for like 2 minutes. And yeah, Kurt Vonnegut. And anyway, but the ending of the story essentially manages to paint everyone in a poor light. It doesn't really imply that the people who have been dispossessed by this automation industry are actually capable of changing or doing anything else or accomplishing anything. It's just kind of you know, miserable. And I mean, I get it, but like you could have done that in a lot fewer words. That was my big thing. Hey, I've got my cursor back. My cursor works now. Well, that's nice. Okay. I don't know why my cursor suddenly started working again. Single cocoon. What am I doing here? I'm doing enemies. So we have a single. Do we have a single cicada as an enemy? What are we got? Game components. If we don't have, do we have game? So there's game is the core there. And then enemies. Why the heck would enemies be in a separate section than game components? I don't want to break things, so I won't move it. So we have a cicada enemy, a single cicada enemy. Okay. All right, so the next one up, we need to make Gooper, which is this little fella. If you haven't seen him, we're gonna move that right about there, and then here we go. I'm pretty pleased with this one. I like the way his wings buzz around. Yeah. So anyway, and I don't know if you guys noticed, but his antennae are pied and not. I thought that was cute. Tell Devaney how talented and funny she is. She likes that. Let's see here. What is Swift Sword Rush working on? Let's see here. I would put it's either some kind of a grim short story, or it's a dice game or a tabletop game idea. Those are my two guesses. It could be something else very well. Yeah, and it's really easy too, man. I like the wing twitching. Okay, so let's turn this guy into an enemy. stage 1. Figure out what I'm doing. Definitely not going into game scripts. Models, enemies, and then events. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna duplicate. No. Let's see here. That guy is gonna be more like a cicada to begin with. I'm probably doing this the worst way possible. In some regards, but on the other hand, I've increasingly become convinced that I just need to get moving on certain things. Okay, so there's that. Do I need any hookups? Yes, I need to figure out. I need to change all these, but I think... Okay, so that makes sense. This guy does not have much. Let's see here. Does he have any defenses? I'm going to say no. Does he have any attack bonuses? Oh, man. What are the attack? Oh, my goodness. Come on. This is why you should just sit down and do a bunch of this all at once. Okay. Slash blunt. Oh, it's there. Okay, well that's irksome. All right, we're gonna put this over here. Okay. Okay, so what do we got here? Oh gosh, the kid. Oh, yeah, the kids have been a little bit of a handful, especially the younger one. It's okay, he'll get back in the swing of things, but just, you know. Yeah, you haven't missed too much. I told people to compliment your art design on the antennas of this new field, dude. Or, you know, on something. Let's see here. We need... I don't think this guy's going to defend at all. And there's really a better way. I should just spawn the dice. There's got to be like a look at key. Whoop. I think that makes more sense. Enemy attack buffs. I don't know. I don't think he's going to have any buffs. Defense. What do we have? Slash is 1. So I think I might actually make him a little bit weak to slash and blunt. Actually, I don't know what happens if I go below 0. Anyway, I don't think I want to make him extra weak to anything. I will not figure out what the breakdown is there. Okay, so then his attack is going to be dark. Did you just crash? What is going on? Cute and gross, even though I can't stand him. Yeah. Close to the end of your book, Jamie? Deeply into the self-sabotage part of finishing a project. Okay. Oh man, yeah, I hear you there. We're gonna give it a minute, just a minute, because I'm gonna drink some coffee. But there was a YouTuber talking about game development, and he's like, there comes this stage in every single game where you're like, I should just stop making this. This is a huge waste of time. I should go make this other new idea. It would be much easier, and it's going to sell better, and everybody's going to like it more, and yada yada yada. And yeah, I'm like, oh man, I know that feeling. It's a universal creative problem, but boy, whenever you're like doing game dev and you're not, I'm sure it's the same way if you're an author writing or something like that. But for me, whenever I'm doing a solo project, it's a little bit more tempting to be like, well, the only person I'd be disappointing is myself, and I'm okay with that. Maybe I should just quit, find something else, pick a different game idea. Well, that's awesome. I'm really looking forward to reading it, Jamie. Believe it or not, I still have not finished your short story in Shoot the Devil 3. And that's I tell you what happened is that I started reading it and I went, oh, I'm gonna have to pay attention, and because I was like late at night, I was like, I want something that I could turn my brain off to. And yeah, I found something that I could turn my brain off to, but I ended up being like, this is awful. Okay, we're gonna have to kill this. Why would opening up... Okay, let's try again. One of my ideas for a very, very quick game is so it didn't save that. And then his attack type is dark. It might make more sense for him to do acid. But then that doesn't necessarily make a lot of sense. Okay. I've realized that I've made a setting decision here. Or a setup decision that I don't necessarily like that. So I'm gonna have to figure it out. Yeah, I'm looking forward to finishing it. I'm gonna pick it up. I actually had started reading it, read these other books that caused me pain, got sidetracked on Player Piano, and then I forgot that I picked up Martyr's Militia, and I saw that Have Spell Will Travel was on sale, and I picked that up and I read like the first chapter of it, and I enjoyed it so far. So I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do. I don't know why I'm calling it enemy attack whenever it's inside this class. It should just be... I should get rid of all those prefixes, but I don't want to fix all that. Okay, so this is what I want to put in here. There we go. And this should be acid, and that should be, we're gonna make that a piercing attack. We'll make that, make it a piercing attack. Anyway, I'm gonna have to figure out how to redo some of the dice, but this is definitely gonna add more flexibility to the to what's going on here. So that's what we need. Okay, so acid, dice. Okay, so a lot of things didn't get changed. We need to get rid of that defense dice. And then get this here. Attack die, die faces. Get rid of one of these. And then here's the other one. Okay, so we're gonna make that unique. What? Okay, that's what I wanted. I having a moment? Yes, okay. Okay, so we want to have and then do 5. Is it 5 and 6? 1, 2, 3, 4. So -4. 5, so 1, so then 5 and 6. Okay. Resources, nice. Yeah, have you guys read any anything that really got you thinking? I to be honest with you, the main thing that player piano got me thinking was, boy howdy, I wish I'd just sort of like skimmed this thing. But I don't know that I would have, you know, it deserved to actually be given a solid chance. I just, boy, that one kind of irked me slightly. I think I talked last week about listening to Starship Troopers, and that book, the audiobook was very well done, and I personally was I got a real kick out of the entire just the book. I enjoyed the book. I enjoyed the way everything was structured in the end, with kind of giving things more as battle reports. It definitely worked for me a bit more than some of the like really down in the trenches military sci-fi accounts that I feel like have become so common in the post global war on terror era of military sci-fi. You put up an article about Jamie. You put up an article about Conan, and I didn't read it. I opened it. It's one of my tabs that's open, but I did see of it. Is that relate to what you're talking about? A bi-pistol Pete? or about Pistol Pete? Sword Rush, because I'm curious, because I had no idea if old Frank Eaton actually wrote anything. That'd be pretty interesting. Okay, so let's not even slightly. So you did post the article, but it's not related to what you're talking about. Okay, I think I understand. Okay, this thing is going to have 0 armor and something like 18 health. That's where we're going with this. This is going to be interesting because I have it set to do slash damage. It should be slash damage. Yes, that would make sense. Okay, well, I'm glad that my neurons were sufficiently activated to understand what you were saying there. Not that it was complicated, but just that I have kind of low expectations for myself this hour of the day. Okay. So we're never going to be creating particles. Well, maybe we would be, but we're definitely not going to be handling things in that manner. Okay. This is still a terrible way to handle this, but anyway, I should be just emitting a signal. Well, we'll deal with it. We'll deal with my bad design patterns later, whenever they start rearing their ugly head. Okay, I think we're all good with that. Okay. You know, we haven't had a mech battle in a while. And I do have the new camera. And I even have like this, there's a bar up here that would be conducive to holding the camera very, very steady. We could try and figure something out. Yeah, I don't know. I would, I don't know. Not next week. Not next week. I feel like things are just a little bit crazy. Okay, so that is done. We got this guy with all of his stats correct. Ooh, excuse me. And then where do we have that events? Encounters. Aha, yes, the encounters. Definitely a here, we're going to do it like this. All right. Goes into level 1 because he is a little spooky, but not too much. Yeah, I don't know. I should make some Battletech merch. All right, visuals. I remember now that we had a problem here. Okay, so let's get rid of him. And then we need the enemies. And that can go here. I think generally speaking, all of the all of the enemies and all the positions are going to need to get tweaked so that so that there's more real estate on the screen. I feel like I've gotten everything too big because I've been looking at it with this size, and in reality, this is going to be full screen, and it just doesn't look right whenever you set it up like that. Okay, so let me see. Do I need to do a single thing with this encounter? I don't think I do. I don't know why this little fellow is named a gooper. By the way, it's just what Devaney came up with whenever she sent it over, and I left it. Let's see here. So we got gooper enemy, single gooper. This is slow going at the moment, but we're going to do that. We're gonna add an element. Do that. I don't know why I did that. Let's see here. Oh, nope. Just make unique, not recursive. And let's see here. Combat intro. All right, so that would be that guy. And we'll save that as... Oh, okay. 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 All right, did I do that correctly? Yes, I did. And then no special actions. I think that should do it. And then we're just gonna cheese this just a little bit. All right. Oh my goodness, there's things to read here. Autobiography, that's interesting. Did he really write much? Was it just kind of like hold on. Oh, I see an error that I need to fix. He thinks that these cards should not be in front of the pause menu. All right, so let's read chat for just a second. I'm curious what he wrote about. Get some team shirts made, some mech shirts. It would be awesome. Oh man, I tell you what I want to do is I want to get like I think there's an artist that Paladin Dragoon has that's doing some fun stuff, but I'd love to get a I could get myself as a mech pilot with Devaney as the pinup girl in the nose. That would be good. Campfire Stories, Pistol Pete, veteran of the Old West. Interesting. Team Mortis, thanks a lot. He asked all the question one at a time. Of course. Poor guy. I might need to cut it short and go help with that. But okay. All right. Yeah, the cards are unfortunately an easy error. All right, let's see if we get ourselves a gooper. Oh, whoops. Hold on. I turned that off for testing purposes. All temporary UI for now. Nope, that's not right. Okay. Aggravation. Where is it? Okay. My mech, I can be the pinup hunk. You know, I can be the. I can. We can model it off of the guy from Castle in the Sky that you talked about. Okay. That you joked that we should get a face done that looks like that. That's fun. We should do that. Okay, so we'll do that like 800. Okay, so is this actually a single gooper? Okay, this really should not be a problem here. Let's save this. Okay. Hey, there we are. Does he roll any dice? I can't see anything because of his fat body. Similar to a problem I have in my life. I cranked up the damage. All right, I cranked up all the roll values. So then I can do that. Okay. And I can also just keep testing over and over again. Oh boy, I see what the problem is. I need to change the camera position on this one to be similar to this one. Anyway, I won't mess with that. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, he's working. I'm not going to screw with that. I'm doing basically 0 additional UI work right now. I'm just creating characters and just moving forward on this thing. Because right now the jumbled mess works for me for the sake of simple bug testing. It lets me see what's happening at all times, even though I need to obviously cull everything down and kind of not handhold the player, but guide the player smoothly into the action that they should be taking, essentially. Okay, so we got the gooper all taken care of. But the shirt, if we get like a pair of shirts made, and like I'm the pilot of one with Devaney as the pinup, and then the Devaney as the pilot of the other with me as the pinup, I already know which one is going to sell more, and I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Oh, no diss on Devaney, just on you people being ridiculous human beings. I'm gonna like have to restrict it to women's and men's shirts to make sure we don't accidentally get the wrong people in the wrong one there. Oh. You would wear that? Oh my gosh. Okay, maybe we need to just think about doing this. The like literal top tier pinup artist Delta Magna is like $300 a pop, and that's for commercial use. So I don't know. I'm tempted. Because we would have to get some more mileage out of that than just this. Maybe I'll talk to Paladin, because he also has an artist, and it would be really fun to use his mechs. I'll talk to him about it. Okay. What am I doing? I'm doing the next critter. How many more critters do we have? Game components, under resources, models, visual. Sometimes I wonder what possesses me to organize the things the way I do. Okay, so we have a cicada, a cocoon, a gooper, and a grub, and then the woolly. Is that it? I thought we had one more. if you get a shirt for help with what, Sword Rush? You'll get a free shirt if you want one, but I'm concerned in what way you're thinking you're going to be helping this situation. Also, while we're talking about very silly plans, I may the haunted writing retreat location. I don't know. It might be a thing. I'm not sure, but it's being talked about more seriously than I initially thought it would be. I kind of thought it would sail out of my reach. Let's see here. Single cocoon. Focus. First of all, fire up the woolly. I remember what I'm doing. I need to create the enemy for it. An artist fee that would be ridiculous. Well, I'm saying what it would cost to get like a proper artist, like a proper pinup artist to do it for us. She's done stuff for like weddings and things too, as like cake toppers and things like that. I think she did her own cake topper, if I'm not wrong, with her and her husband. Her husband actually did some of the artwork in issue 1 of ANVIL as well. Anyway, what am I thinking? What am I doing? I'm moving this guy. That's right. Okay, so we need to move this up. I'm getting distracted. And I need to turn off this stinking particle. Stop. You no longer exist. Okay. And then... enemy. Duplicate. Offer. Let me just stop you right there. Okay. Sword Rush is over here trying to hawk me into letting him draw me like one of his French girls. It's not happening, buddy. Sorry. I like you. Cool dude, but we're not doing that. We're not going to be recreating that Titanic scene or anything like that. Sorry to burst your bubble. I know you're crushed. That guy's named correctly. Visuals bullies. Okay, so with him, I don't want to get too many dice per character because there's already going to be like a big jumble of dice. I have a moment of stupidity. Yeah, I guess I'm. So 1 defend, 2 attack. For the boys, Skunks, I think you've already said that once. Now I'm not really familiar what. I feel like I'm getting memed on, and now I'm concerned. Oh. Like the Inklings? What are we talking about? A real in-person... Like the Inklings. As influential as them. I feel like we got like some kind of a meme going on here. No, I don't. No. Sword Rush. Let's just tuck that line of thinking completely away for now. Let's see here. He's big. He should be easily seen. Let's see here. He's fluffy, so he does not take much blunt or slash damage. but he's weak to fire. I need to go back and check the damage calcs and make sure. The Haunted Rider Retreat. Okay. Network, but what now? I agree. I understand what you're saying there, but like the Inklings? What are the Inklings? Was that the group, the Inklings? Is that what we're talking about? Maybe so. Oop, nope. Yes. Okay, hold on. Okay, there we go. Anyway, I have no idea. But I agree that we should have some in-person networking. And I was thinking of taking it in a more positive direction. I was talking about the idea of, people love Ren fairs and things like that. If you had kind of a fantasy writing retreat specialty place, you could be like, hey, here's a blacksmith setup. Oh, okay. I gotcha. Some other guys I can't remember. Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure that, like, it wasn't me that was, like, not all there mentally. Okay, so we're going to do pierce damage and then maybe acid damage. And for that... Okay. So how many dice does he have? He has 3 dice. He has 3 dice faces. Okay. They're all just the bog standard generics. I talked to John A. Douglas, or not talked, but I DM'd John A. Douglas today. And he was talking about possibly swinging by Houston sometime. I was like, that'd be cool, but I really want us to try and, like, have a place to go and a thing to do. Like that would be the big goal. And if pair that with something where it's like, okay, and then also sell some stuff at the same time. That makes me wonder. So there is a Missouri Comic-Con in Springfield. What other conventions are there? Let's see, what do fantasy cons have here? Let's do the map. Looks like there's nothing but St. Louis. I do not like St. Louis. St. Louis is remarkably bad. I was stunned to learn that it's gone from like almost 1 million people at its peak to now it's barely above 250,000 people there. Met with a writing group and they all wrote fan fiction. I mean, that's not totally unheard of, I suppose. Okay, let me think what I'm doing here. The die faces, I don't think so. The attack should all be 2s and 3s, I think. This guy by himself is meant to be a problem. And then this last one, as far as like armor goes, I think I only want him to be 1s and 2s. Not a whole lot of defense here. Now let's see what his overall health should be. Do that. Maybe he should have. Yeah, he's gonna be a big boy. Okay. So, then let's find the encounter. Oh. A cape and top hat. I went to St. Louis a really long time ago and saw the art. To be honest with you, I'm not even sure if I went up inside the art. I just remember there being a huge line, and we went up to it like we were going to go in it, and I think I went up. But it definitely was not, if we did go, it was not impressive. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay, counters. Okay, so this is definitely going to be like a level 3. Oh yeah, sorry. That's what happens whenever I'm trying to read chat and type things at the same time. Yeah, that's pretty intense. Yeah, thanks, Guilty. I'm glad you like it. Here, let me show you. Kind of wiggles and then pushes his little face mask thing around there. Okay. Get rid of him. Grab the woolly guy. And put him there. And I think that's that. Yep. No, I need to change this. Currently, I'm not really using that. But yeah. Okay, so let me get this wrapped up here. So we'll do something like a 200, 500. Oh no. It's an event. Hold on. Okay. That is correct. And then... Uh-oh. Stage 3? Okay, no. Okay. That's good. This is not good. I see chat going on, but I'm engaging all through my brain cells. Outro message. Give it a new reward data. Okay. All right. So I think that should be good. All right. So let's try and save this and see if this runs. Oh man, I remember that. Devaney, Mr. My Little Pony. I'd forgotten all about that. Okay, let's go over here. Hey, there we go. All right, so we're going to attack him. Aha, so he did do some damage to both the... Okay, so the piercing damage is working correctly. And that's working correctly. Okay, good. If I fight him again, I think I've got some of the oleum back. It might not have worked correctly. Let me see here. I should have done Mending Prayer. Do that. And by the way, unused rolls now fill up the reroll gauge. Whenever that gets full, you get another reroll. That's a lot of damage, as they say. So I should be at 13. So if I gain 4 oleum, I should be up to 17 after this. Actually, I should be up to 18 because I got one for... So I'm not getting some of my rewards applied correctly. Okay. I had not noticed that before. Wonderful experience. Have somebody means... Okay, that's funny. I don't know. I don't hate people who write fan fiction, but it's just like you're doing something fundamentally different than writing regular fiction, in my opinion. So it's almost like apples and oranges kind of thing. Okay, so if that's not working, we're going to try and figure out... Oh my goodness, it's already late. Okay, before I dive into a totally new problem, I'm going to call it there. We basically have all of our enemies together. I should be able to recombine all of those enemies into a bunch of unique encounters and then create a bunch of events from that and so on and so forth. So we're making progress, not as quickly as I'd hoped, but I think things are coming along. I really want to have the demo out as soon as possible. I also got to get some things moving on Anvil 5, but let's see here. Where's this? Let me bring it back to myself there. All right. So anyway, thank you guys for joining me tonight. I hope that you, had some entertainment watching me stumble around with Godot tonight. Things are progressing slowly but surely on the Night's Light. I need to hassle Devaney to draw me some more things, but she's been talking to you people and talking to our children, heaven forbid, taking care of them, minor stuff like that. So with that said, everybody, I hope that you all have a wonderful weekend, or a wonderful rest of your weekend, a good week, and I will hopefully have a little something out this week in terms of the podcast that Jake and I have been doing, and we'll hopefully have something to talk about in regards to that next Sunday. Regardless, thank you all for joining me. Have a good one, and I will talk to you next week.